Fishing pretty shallow, as you can see. It's like 4 feet here, but they're nailing it.
Super shallow.
They come up shallow.
And how far off the bottom are you working that?
Just off the bottom. So I'll let it hit bottom, bring it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And soon to be 6. 6 live bait, tip ups, and rods set up at the moment. We're going after big fish today. That's the goal. I guess when is it never the goal to go after big fish? When do you ever go after small fish? But I've looked up with these two guys. They were kind enough to let me fish some of their waters today. I actually have a flight out in about 8 or 9 hours, and I really wanted to sneak in one last ice fishing sesh because, like I said in my last video, this ice is going to be melting soon. As much as I hate the cold, I do love ice fishing. So we're out in the smallish pond today looking for big bass. Tiny pond, big bass, big baits, lots of tip ups, and we're just going to cover as much water as possible. Along with that, I'm going to jig up some bluegill. They said that there's some pretty large hybrid bluegill in here. Well, but for now, I'm going to set up some tip ups. We're going to get active and hopefully catch some big fish. I'm pumped for today. Oh, can I see this thing? Yeah. Never messed around with the ion. All electric. How do you guys like it? Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay.
So you click this button down, then there's a trigger down here, and then it'll start.
Oh, nice.
It's like a second delay.
Okay. It's like the Tesla of augers. That's crazy. I bet it's good for shallow water too, like on spooky fish. Like a 2-stroke is loud, but even a 4-stroke is loud too. That's crazy, man. It's got a reverse mode?
Yeah, so you do the same thing, you just flip the switch and it spins out the ice that's in there.
If I get this thing to work, I've never used one of these before. Here we go. That's all set up. Oh, that one just went off. Oh, and it's spinning. You get it. I got the last one. Go. Get her. Biggin. Spinning like a devil, man. Got her. Oh, nice one. Wow, that's a big fish, man. Oh yeah, what? Is that the snap material that's in there?
Yeah.
It's an interesting looking fish. There's the first decent, solid bass of the day on the tip up. Unfortunately, this fish did swallow it, but it's okay. It still has a very high chance of living. We're just gonna do a little bit of surgery and remove that line from the hook and get her back in the water. I mean, it is a pretty. It's like kind of a. I don't know. It's got a lot of characteristics.
Yeah.
Unique.
That red, those teeth there.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Good stuff. So that was in how deep of water? Probably.
10. That one's in 10.
It's a big drop.
Yeah. That's 10 feet, and that's 4. Technically, that's our first or second bass on the tip up, but I hooked one earlier over there. I wasn't recording. It's my first time doing this apparently, so didn't get that one on video. So that's the first official bass on video. I know there's a lot of bluegill in here, a lot of tiny bluegill, and my original plan was gonna jig some waxies for those fish, but Dan was telling me that a jig and wrap, the same lure I was using 2 days ago for those crappie, work pretty good in here for the bass. So I'm gonna do that while we wait for flags to pop. Kind of a cool system here. We're surrounded by rods waiting for a fish to come through, and then once one does, we can stop what we're doing with the jigging stick, then work on that. But I really want this thing to go off. I'll explain what this is later. It's like a really cool contraption, and I'll show you guys how it works if we catch one today on it, which I hope is possible. It's definitely a good start. 2 bass topside on hard water. Hopefully some more to come. Get some on the jigging stick. Flag? Oh, spinning. Oh, spinning. Flag just popped up. Dan's up to bat. Get him. That's a fat bummer. That was a hard pop too. It's almost like whack-a-mole, honestly, because you've got all these holes and you got to get there just in time for that fish to eat it. And you don't want them to eat it too long because then they'll swallow it and then they die, and that's like not the point here. The point here is to catch and release, of course, but that one flew up and the spool was like just ripping, meaning it could have been a pretty decent bass running with that big minnow in its mouth. Minnows are usually about that big, so we're eliminating obviously fairly small bass. You never know. I mean, we're after the big ones. I'm jigging a little jigging wrap right now. I'm getting some action, but no takes. We'll see. That's 3 tip ups now, guys. Right direction. We've only been out here for like, feels like 20-30 minutes or something like that. We're doing good. Oh, that looks like a good mark down there. What is that? Oh, there we go. Oh no! Well, guys, they're biting. That was a freaking aggressive strike. Like straight off the bottom, my rod tip was like, meow. I feel like that has been like the theme for me this ice season. I always get like, oh, there we go. The auto just went off. Oh God, I slid right past it. Oh, can't believe that auto just went off. That's crazy. What's a decent one? It's not bad. There we go. Nice little one. You didn't want this one anyway, right? Okay, good. Oh my Lord, dude. They are hungry today. Thankfully, this is just a single hook. It shouldn't be too hard to remove, but my God, I was talking to the camera earlier and I was like, yeah, you know, we're using pretty big minnows, probably gonna eliminate some small fish. That's not the case at all. We've got some small fish in here that are apparently pretty aggressive. God, I'm excited that this thing went off. I've never used one of these before. This is the first time using it. I'll explain it later in today's video, so just stay tuned. This is easily one of the like coolest fishing inventions, not just ice fishing inventions, but just like fishing inventions that I think I've ever used. Look at that. And then it was all the way down its mouth. Just nose hooking big shiners for pond bass. I'm all about that pond bass action. All right, get back down there. Adios. These minnows are pretty rattled after they get eaten, huh? Yeah. They're just like stunned. Like he's definitely still alive, but he's just like, oh my God, what just happened? Okay, I want to talk to you guys right now. This thing on my right hand, this thing right here, this red contraption, this doohickey, is honestly one of the coolest things I think I've ever used in the fishing world, period. I mean, it basically catches a fish for you. I'm gonna show you how this works, but it's called an automatic fisherman. There's a bunch of different types. This is just the one that Lee gave me. I guess he knows the owner, so he's got the hook up fatty style, and it's just like how it sounds. It literally catches fish, hooks the fish at least for you instantly. You have to do the reeling in, obviously. This is how it works. Basically, you just take it, flip it up like this, stick it right on the edge of the hole. Take your rod here. It's got to be a fairly flexible rod. The recommended stick for this is like a fiberglass rod, but this is like just a really loose graphite stick, which works just fine. Got 2 split shots right there. Okay. And then we got a tiny little bait fish hook. I'm pretty sure this is like what steelhead anglers use, but it works for bass. The leader is 8-pound fluoro. Main line is I think 12-pound braid, so it's got a little bit of backing strength. So basically, oh wow, look at that. That's a mess. I'm gonna put the rod in the holder, set this thing up. All right, following me? Get ready. It's about to get sick. I'm gonna take the tip of the rod, the guide, the first tip guide, bend it down and put it in this little slot right there. And that's kind of like the pre-hook set bend. So you've got the bobber in the midsection of the rod. This is what's going to give that fish some leeway, some room to bite and run with the bait in its mouth. So let's say a fish is pulling with it, the bobber goes up, the bobber goes up. Get ready. Nope, it's not working. What's going on here? I did it wrong, I gotta redo it. Hold on, 1 second. There we go. Okay, so ready? Watch this. Fish is pulling, taking the bait, rod sets itself, and you're hooked up to a fish. It's a really simple, basic contraption, but it's genius. Anyway, enough talking. I'm gonna rig up another minnow. Hopefully this rod goes off again with an even bigger fish. I can't imagine getting like a 4 or 5 pounder in one of these autos. That would be gnarly. And they're in here, right? Biggins, they fished here a lot, so they know what kind of fish are lurking right below us right now. And the bait, of course, you got your basics, some minnows, some big old shiners. Actually, I'd call these like medium shiners or roaches, whatever you want to call them. I guess it depends on where you live. A little tiny hook. Nose hook it. I'm getting that hook right where it needs to be. I'm gonna put the Vexo down there, or she's gonna be all set up. Shut up. Let me see. Oh, dude. Jesus. Oh, buddy. Okay, hold on. You need help.
All right.
Ripper.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Like a champ. Okay, wait a minute. So that's your bait now, right?
So that's my bait now. I lost that one about a few weeks ago. So thanks for that back.
Yeah, you got it back. That's have you ever done that before?
No. My
crazy.
buddy lost a frog last year and it was down the fish's throat when we caught it later.
Oh yeah. Gorgeous fish, man. They're pretty in here. Nice job, dude. Sweet. Picking up a little bit. That's nice. Can't say I've ever seen that before. This is definitely some weird stuff going on in this pond. You got fish without tails, fish that like to return to their owners. That was on a big jigging bait. Hopefully we can get some of these fish on the actual jigging rods while we're waiting on the flags to pop her off. Got the auto back in the water. It's always fun when you get like a nice flurry and you got like 2 or 3 flags popping up. It's absolute mayhem when that kind of stuff happens. But I'm gonna get to jigging again, see if I can't crack another largie. Not yet. Oh yeah, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning. She's spinning, that's a fish. Oh yeah, look at that. That's what we want to see right there. This might be a finale fish. Gotta be very careful. Oh, she's running to the left. That's the way she's running. Yeah, she still got it ready. There we go. Yeah, nice little largie. Oh, is this the double rig? That is a tiny bass for a big bluegill like that. There we go. Nice green largie. Green largemouth. Oh, wow. You really wanted that, didn't you, Ace? This may be the last largemouth of the day. If it is, thank you and farewell. Get down there. Okay, well, as I was releasing mine, the auto went off and it's a good fish. Dan's got him. Oh, come here, bud.
Nice.
I wasn't recording. I was over there putting the bait back down the hole, and they started yelling that the auto went off. So what's different? What the hell happened? Because we weren't getting anything like 5 minutes ago. Yeah.
It's been over.
Sweet. That's awesome. Well, this is it. Heading off the water. Today was just a short sesh, fishing a tiny pond with these guys. Huge ups to Matt and Dan for taking me out and showing me their juice box. This is a sweet little lake. It's crazy because never in a million years would I thought that this place has fish. It's hidden, it's inconspicuous, but it's got some toads. Oh my God, dragging a sled on grass is a pain in the ass. Whew, good workout. This might be the last time I drag my sled around for the season, thank God. Oh my God. Before I leave though, Dan asked if I could sign. You have a Sharpie? I'm gonna sign his ice suit. Do you really want me to sign your ice suit, or are you kidding about that?
Yeah, you go like to Dan, keep fishing, never stop.
Yeah, first ice suit ever signed. Okay. It's really big, is that okay?
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay, cool, here you go.
Thanks, man. This is my lucky one. This is like your John Deere.
Holy smokes.
It's a beater, yeah.
How long have you had that for?
Long ass time.
Long ass time is right. Okie dokie. Time for a little post-fishing car wrap-up. Doing this kind of stuff's a lot of fun, I'll admit. It is great meeting new people that like also fish. I remember growing up as a kid, I used to not be able to find anyone my age that shared that like love and excitement for fishing. And now it's like you guys are everywhere. I see you guys when I'm like walking around, if I'm at the lake, in the DMs, you guys are constantly sliding into that. Other than being able to make a career out of fishing on YouTube, the biggest dream come true is having so many people like you guys watching right now be able to fish with and, you know, share an amazing time out in the water. So I'm out of here. Thank you guys for whoa. I appreciate the view. It's been a good run ice fishing season, but it's time for JB to get out of Dodge and do some bigger and better things. Oh, there goes my mic. Drop me a comment in the comment section below if you enjoyed the ice fishing videos this season. I sure had a hell of a lot of fun filming them. And before I sign out, I have to say that I hope you guys had an amazing winter, or having an amazing winter for all you Minnesota Canadian people out there. Stay safe, stay warm, and as always, my friends and homies, keep fishing, never stop.